Hey, what's up? It's Kit. Time for another video. Today, I'm actually going to tie some swimming flies. There's some flies that I've already tied that will work well where we're going. The problem is I also need some swimming flies, and the ones that I have right now, they're not too. I would say they're not 100% where I want. So what I want to do is actually tie some flies where I know it would actually be okay for the fish that I'm going to be fishing for. So I am going to tie some kind of relatively medium-sized flies. I have like top water flies and all that, but you know, it's still good to actually tie a few flies that are just maybe generalist in nature, but would be something that we would be able to, let's say, cast out for some like something like largemouth bass or something like that. Okay, so and also what I want to do is I'm gonna tie some flies that would be easier to cast. We don't know if the wind is going to be cooperating or not. Okay, so these are actually, you know what? I'm gonna tie a few on these, and then I know that I have a few Aki flies or Aki hooks. So I'm gonna be tying on those as well. So probably 5 of these and then 5 of those. So that gives me 10, which is plenty, you know. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Majority of the food fish that's available there is tilapia. So what we're gonna do is we're also gonna make a few that have blue backs. I'm gonna use this hair right here, and then white bellies. So I'm gonna use the leftover of this, and then I have quite a few white stuff in the what do you call this, down here. Okay, now I am going to use white thread just to kind of give it some contrast. And this is ordinary fly tying thread. Okay, I'm not looking for durability. I am looking for just expedience, really, at this point in time. Okay, so the thing is, this is going to be kind of heavy so that I can, you know, fish near the bottom. Okay. So a simple, very simple Clouser minnow, what we're gonna do here. And it could be that you know this pattern. Could be that you don't. There's a million ways to tie it, and this pretty much is how I do it. Okay, so we're zooming in just so you see. Okay, now you saw me put the eye on, and then a lot of people actually know how to do that already, so no real mystery there. Now this particular hair is just nylon. Okay, so I think it takes on a lot of names. What's this? Congo hair, I think, is one of the names. Okay, so what I want for this fly is to actually make it look bigger than it is. Okay, and I also want to make this, believe it or not, full. Okay. That's it. That should be it. So you can see there that, you know, the taper is there. Okay. Probably kind of taper this a bit more here. Alrighty, there we go. So I like this hair because it actually is easy to work with. I don't like this hair because it goes all over the place, kind of dirty. Yeah, but you know, when you're doing something like this, you kind of have no choice. All right, so there we go. Got this. So you can see that I actually cut it in a diagonal. Okay, cut it diagonal right there. You can see. Okay, that way when I actually tie it like so, it forms a taper and it's easier. Okay, now be very careful when you're working with a material like this is plastic. So what happens here is that it kind of goes all over the place. Okay, again, if you think you made a mistake, it's very easy to back things up and you shouldn't be afraid to do it. Okay, now what I don't like about this is that it's not as clean as I want to, so I'm gonna cut more of this. Okay, as you can see there, it's now straighter and it's easier for me to actually just grab it and the hair doesn't go all over the place. Okay, so kind of pretty clean like that. Okay, just like that. Trap here, pull back, exactly how Bob actually instructs how to tie this. Okay, so and then spiral back. Okay, bring forward just like that. Now this is actually kind of long, but I want it to be long like that. If it gets too long, then I'm just gonna snip. That's about it. Okay, and then I want a some sort of flash here. We have a lot of flashable courtesy of Wael, so what I will do is just take a few, and I want this to be flashy. Okay, flash tail. So I'm gonna take a chunk here. And then cut that. And this I could leave long. Because guess what? This will help it attract a lot of attention. Okay. There's some fibers there that are errant. So I'm just gonna fold it and then put it like that. Okay, split it in the middle like so, and you basically there you go. That looks nice. I think this is this is a very simple fly, and over the years, you know, people kind of taken it for granted, but this sort of fly is very easy to tie and is very, very effective. So those are the things you want on for a fly. Okay, so there, I'm just gonna cut what I need here because it's already there, so that's it. Again, diagonal. Okay, like so. Okay, I know a lot of people already know how to tie this, but if you're in the Philippines and you're still learning, this is a very good fly to start and start with in your journey. Okay, probably one of the easier ones to tie that you could confidently fish with and know that you're gonna catch something. Okay, normally this takes me about 3 minutes to tie, but you know, the preparation when you're tying is kind of different when you're actually doing like an instructional video like this. So for me, when I tie, and I need to tie quite a few, I actually have a different process. But since I'm talking to you guys, okay, kind of different as well. So right here, we are going to just make a clean head. Now, I'm gonna epoxy this, and because I'm in a hurry, I am going to use UV epoxy, and using UV epoxy on this makes it sort of last longer. Okay, and this is a very long fly, just so you can see. Okay, that's a long fly right there. Now, the object of this is that I can use it sort of like a plastic worm as well. Okay, so I could use it like a plastic worm, so that if I fish for black bass, largemouth, I could use it. Okay, so that is it. Very simple. As you can see, a really long fly, and because the fibers are stiff, that is not going to tangle. Okay, it's just gonna, but when you swim this, it'll have a lot of motion. It's gonna be really nice. All right, so in addition to the poppers, I'm gonna make a fly. So I made like Clousers, and then I made a few more things, and then I just decided like, hey, you know what, I need like a dark fly, and instead of actually doing something more complicated, you know what, I'm just gonna tie Clousers, and I'm gonna tie them on these circle hooks, and then I'm gonna take some that I've made before that are kind of small, but largemouth bass, they have kind of big mouths, and this would work. So instead of doing something complicated, I'm just gonna make something easy. I have a 10 weight, and I should be able to cast this with that. So it will be kind of well, Clousers, tell you what, Clousers will be made for smallmouth, and we're going after largemouth, so should be alright. And whatever big stuff that's there that's gonna bite this, and pretty much there's another fish that would be able to get this. Actually, you know what, if I had like a smaller size of this hook, would it be better? But I don't, so it's fine. Now zoom in just so you see. It's a very, very simple tie, and I want to finish this because and the thing with this is, what I want is for this to be, it will be very easy to cast, and I'm gonna be using a tarpon taper that I have because I don't have freshwater lines, so I'm just gonna have to make do with the tarpon taper. And this one would be slightly smaller than the rest, so I also have kind of smaller flies. Okay, fold it just like that. Okay, so kind of a different pattern, but still a Clouser, just a different way of tying it. So I'm gonna make this a bit robust. So I'm going to tie this up. Make sure there are no gaps. Just for aesthetics. There we go. And I'm also not gonna put flash on this. So it's gonna be kind of just that. Right there. You know what? Maybe flash would do this well, huh? But use crystal flash. So something like that. Okay. Just, I didn't even bother. I did not bother not bother cutting this because I'm gonna cut it after the fact. Okay, so then check the color, just tying it so that there's flash. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut it just at the back here. That's all over the place, and then we just divide. There we go. So a little bit to trim in the back. And then top it up. The back here. Okay, that's looks good. Again, I'm just gonna put that there. Make sure it's a very easy tie, this fly. There we go. Just like that. And the circle hook, kind of, for me, this will even out because, see, the thing is, you know, when you're using worm hooks for bass, they're actually kind of big, and with this, kind of makes up the deficit. So I have flies of different colors at least, and this one's slim. Others are this is shorter than the others as well. It kind of looks like a plastic worm too. So that's kind of what we're going after. At least for this. Then I'm just fixing the head here so that it looks better. The nose is already looking pretty good. Okay. And then we just, and since my thread is actually braid, I know this is gonna last. There we go. That is it. That is a really nice looking fly right there. Very easy, very fast to tie. Alright, so on to the next one. Alright, so after deliberating, you know, seeing that I have more than enough here, I'm gonna fill this up with some smaller flies, of course, just to round things up, and then we have a nice fly box full of flies that we could use there. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting. Alrighty, if you want to learn more and you haven't yet and you're new to the channel, click on subscribe. And if you want to learn with your friends, click on the what do you call this, the share button. And if you learned something from this video, give it a thumbs up. And this is very important because YouTube likes this sort of thing. So thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever, put it in the comment section why there's a why you put a thumbs down, or why it's a thumbs up. It'd be nice to actually get an explanation. Sometimes people just leave a thumbs down and then without explaining. So how am I supposed to know, right? So if you're giving me a thumbs down, which is fine, have at it. For me, it's just a way to know that I have to do some things better, and that's a good thing, right? So that's that. If you want to do something for the channel to help it progress, click on join. Quite a few people, or there are a few people that have actually joined already. Thank you very much for those guys. There's more than one choices there, so it really depends on how much you want to help the channel. Alrighty. Otherwise, subscribing, giving it a thumbs up, sharing, that's all good. Alrighty. So if you want to do more, and of course, if when you're joining, there's some perks there. I haven't really started on them, but we'll do that soon. And I know that especially in this trip, I'm gonna be doing members only videos. Alrighty, so that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.